This tank behind me here, we've had for quite a while, and people that are familiar with the channel will have seen it in other videos, but we've never actually put it on YouTube. We have in places, but we've never done a full in-depth video on it. So this is actually a Centurion Mark 13 main battle tank, and we got it from Warminster Camp. We did a deal with Warminster Camp on another gate guard, and we ended up with this. And that would have been in 2022, something like that. And basically, we've never got round to actually doing anything with it. I've never even been and opened the hatches yet. But we did do a little bit of work in it back in 2022 before we had a YouTube channel, and I'll put what we did on there. And it was basically we took the engine and the gearbox out, and we realised that the engine had actually been ran with no oil and purposely destroyed. So we believe it was drove onto the plinth at Warminster, and then someone drained the engine oil, started the engine and revved it until it chucked a rod out the side of the block. We still have all that, but it was a real shame because I was hoping the engine might have been salvageable. They'd also done the same thing to the donkey engine, the auxiliary engine, which was a little Morris 1000 engine, and they'd obviously ran that to a destruction as well. And we will show you on that with the videos, but you have to just bear in mind that we took them portrait, so it will look a bit funny. But we'll show you what we did 2 years ago. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the oxyacetylene, we're going to heat the hatches up, get them free, get them open, get inside, have a look at the data plate, because the registration on the back doesn't seem to bring up any of the vehicle history on the Merlin archive. So just in case someone's put the wrong number plate on the back, we're going to see what the data plate says. And also while we're in there, I might just put the jump pack on there and see if any of the turret and any of the wirings come live, because it'd be quite cool to see if it came back to life. I'm going to take you back 3 years to 2022, when we started to take the engine and gearbox out of this tank. We started off by taking the air cleaners out, and then we could get at the donkey engine. They were a real pain in the arse to get out. The donkey engine on these are never easy to get out at the best of times, especially when everything was as corroded as it was. You have to get inside the fighting compartment to take off the fan shroud and all that mumbo jumbo. Then we could start lifting the actual engine itself. It didn't actually come out too badly. You can see the cylinder head was missing. And you can see the massive crack in the sump where they blew the engine up with no oil. Then we realised the fuel tanks were full of petrol. This was a problem. So we transferred all the fuel we possibly could out of the tanks. There was quite a lot of it, and it looked sort of chocolatey rusty as it came out, which was really good. We then filled the tanks with water just in case there was a spark, and we set them on fire. I thought I could speed things up with a plasma. That was a bad idea. Eventually we did get the fire out. There wasn't much in there valuable to burn, and we continued with the chop saw because that was a bit more safe. We then found that the engine had in fact got massive great holes in it, so we were quite disappointed the engine was scrap at this time. So we started removing all the bits and pieces to get at the gearbox and to take the gearbox out. The quills took a bit of hammering out. We had to put Jubilee clips around them there to help get them out, and the rest of it actually all undid pretty well. The clutch was a little bit of a pain because we couldn't turn the engine over because it was seized, but we managed it. For some reason we never actually filmed lifting the gearbox, but here we are stripping down the fan pack to take the fans out. They're extremely heavy, and then we could see more damage on the engine. And then I was having something to eat. There's Ted, younger Ted, taking some more of the fan giblets out. The clutch fork we removed there, the engine output shaft seal, there's the clutch, the weighs a quarter of a ton. And now we're removing some of the fuel pipes and fuel tanks. They're all full of water, everything was full of water with a little bit of fuel. That fuel tank was the one that we had on fire. It was quite a pain in the arse to get that out. There's all the bits that we're going to try and refurbish. And then we drain the remaining fuel out of the other fuel tank.
Get ready to take that out. Undo the oil tank, that was a pain, everything was seized up. But we do need to keep that. The actual tank itself with the engine oil was in pretty good condition. Remember the exhaust elbows, they're all rotten and buggered, but we've got a spare one, so that's not a problem. Started cutting up the fuel tank, got that out. Undo another bolts that are holding the engine down. That bracket of the engine was broken off when it exploded. It was amazing how those bolts in the water rail did. Obviously stopping for a cup of tea because we're British. Removing some of the structural braces, and here we are lifting the engine. Really professionally by the looks of things. And out it was, and here's where you can see all the damage. Look at those holes. Nice. And that was back when we were sponsored by Milwaukee. Any German stickers on it?
I suppose so. This is how to unlock your tank when it's been parked up for 40 years. So I'm quite glad though that they weren't completely closed. It's definitely going to make it easier to get the forklift in there. Mark 4. Now, flaky paint is very flammable. Really ready. It hasn't been this hot since it was capped. Is it not the mintest thing you've ever seen?
Oh yeah, really nice.
No one's opened that hatch for a day or two, are they?
I'd say so.
This looks so mint, doesn't it? That seat looks like it's had a terrible, terrible time. Too damn me to get inside. There's the data plate. Look, 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 look. Do you want to know the reg? Let me zoom in so I can see it. It's 45 BA 23. Is that what's on the back? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just not on the Merlin archive. Like a bush took a trial, this, isn't it? Or whatever you call it. How long do you reckon it's been since someone sat on this seat?
Fair day or two.
Oh, it's comfortable. Throttle pedal seized. Tillers are seized. Gear lever seized. Isolator's been left on. Batteries are going to be flat. Oh, there we go. Can I have my gas in back? I've dropped my gas in glasses. Well, I think we connect some batteries to it now. We just see what happens. Do you reckon anything will work?
Yeah.
The ignition's been left on. That makes sense because they ran it until it blew up. The barrel indicator's pointing in the right direction. That must be working. That's what you're saying there. That's a face of confidence. That's really minging, that is. I think there are still batteries under this cover, you know. Yeah, there's literally still batteries in it. Right, we're going to need something to take this battery cover off. It is absolutely disgusting.
Should we get the Hoover?
No. I want to power through it. The cable tied to hold that out of the way. Oh, here's the battery cover box is exploded with rust. Warning, any sparks near this battery may cause an explosion. We should get the gas on it. Yeah, we're going to need, I would say a 7/16, but realistically it's going to be does not want to die. Didn't bring a hammer, which was a mistake. This isn't identifying as a very good hammer. Oh, it's working. This is a snap-on hammer. It's just a bit of... You take my glasses away. Yeah, get that down as well. My safety spectacular. Right, get it out of the way.
Well, at least they greased the connectors up.
So it goes 6, 12, 24. Yeah, I see. Okay, so it's literally all we got to do is put the, I don't know, let me get me Leatherman. That terminal is a little bit minging.
Film from in there, Joe. It's a pretty bad angle here.
Huh?
Film from in there.
Just put it on flash mode. Right, what we got here? I reckon, yeah, they're dead. I can't tell, but I reckon that's negative. They've actually got battery grease on it. It's a wonder. Wow. Yeah, that's positive. Right, jump pack then. Let's see what happens.
Why have you just ruined my drink break with what have you just said?
I want to be cruising around at Harbour at War next year with this Centurion.
Get the name of the show right.
I want to be cruising around Operation Market Harbour next year with this Centurion. Is that better?
He's not even bothered.
He don't care. They get caught on everything. We use jump packs in vehicles. We need to get in vehicles with them. We don't want hooks and stupid things to get caught. That's how we lose our temper. Right. Let's okay. That is on. Oh my god. That was doing something. The dashboard's on! Oh, I'm going to turn the isolator off. See that light? Oh! Oh, there's interior lights working in the turret.
Coming up.
Oh my god. I've turned it on. I just stopped. Don't like this. Just go in and turn the just go and turn the isolator on.
I want to get out of the turret.
So when it started making that noise, I got on this switch here and I just clicked start. No, oh, that's no stab.
Yeah, I know. What's the metadine one above it?
Oh, I might have.
That's on one.
What? That's metadine. No, metadine's off. Look,
No, what's
that's metadine on.
The alternator.
Alternator. I reckon I clicked that and it started. Isolate gyro.
Right, do we put it back on?
What else could we do here? What's all this here?
It's got to be a kill switch.
Bright dim. Ready to fire. Where's the gun safety switch?
I don't know. I found the loaded one.
Is this the safety switch? On.
Which side's on? On.
Well, that's the. Is there another one of them anywhere in this?
Got to be somewhere.
Yeah, good job we've done our research before we just get in and start flicking things. Knowing full well that these are dangerous. Well, I've got this switch here, Seb, but I can't really work out what it says. It says main off and then SEC, which I don't understand. I don't know what this is. Switch position, switching voltage. That is very much doesn't want to move. Don't know. Mag Earth. Oh, you can actually fucking turn the engine off from in here. They smoke dischargers, aren't they, them ones? Yeah. Larkspur radio. That's the electric traverse. Elevation was never electric in this, was it? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. It's up here.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, look. Yeah, there's the firing button. Oh, yeah. So, what do you reckon we do? Have it on main?
What were the options?
We got main, off, and SEC.
I think while we're playing, off
Yeah?
is the safest, should it not?
Okay. So yours is on.
I'm on isolate.
Put it on live.
Safety switch is on.
Okay. Right, see if there's anything in the front. You stay in there with the isolator.
I was just, I'm not going to go there.
No. Yeah. And then we'll turn it on and we'll see if we can't get the turret working. That is quite scary when you're in here. I wish I read more about this. Right, we're back again. Gonna have another go with the gun stabilization computer, which is pretty scary. Okay then, Seb, I'll turn her on.
Right, you're on main on that new box, yeah?
Yeah, that's on. We're on main. Let's start the metadine. You ready?
Ready?
Nothing seems to be doing anything. I'll try that safety switch the other way. This is scary. No, nothing seems to be happening.
Want me to grip it onto the other setting?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I put it on stab?
Try it.
Shall I put it on gyro? Isolate it a minute.
You're missing something.
Right, so what we've found down here, thanks to our friend Mr. Richard Hunt, is there's an emergency lever on the Metadine. So we're going to try that now. Makes a nice clunk. In emergency mode, I'm going to stay well away from everything. Okay, so whenever you're ready.
I'm just getting out of the way of everything.
Surely in emergency mode you wouldn't need the Metadine running.
You shouldn't do, but... Right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not making the...
Okay.
Nothing... Huh?
I've got Paul coming to help. Hello. I need some help with that, you. I've got nothing. Have you ever done much in Centurion Tank? No. Why does no one know anything about Centurion Tank?
Alright, power on. Right, so we're now on emergency and it is starting to work. It doesn't go left. It only goes right. Wonder if it works on this one. That one does absolutely nothing. Shall I turn the Metadine on now and see what happens?
Right.
This could be incredibly dangerous. You ready?
Yeah.
Get ready to isolate. No. Just doesn't seem to work on Metadine.
You know what else is working?
What?
The reverse indicator.
Really?
Yeah, try and move it a bit more, see if I can film it.
One minute. I'm trying to film and work it here. It puts a lock on. There we go. the gears going round in there. I can't believe the turret actually spins after all that amount of years.
And the indicator's working.
Doesn't go left. Well, it works on emergency.
More than what we started with.
This lever here, though, the commander's one, doesn't seem to do a fat lot of anything.
Right, you get out.
That is cool. So there are a few things missing in here. I need a full set of commander's periscopes. Need the gunner's sight. I think I may have some things. I need to get Michaela to reupholster all the seats in here. Look at the old lights still working in it. For all them years, all the electrics. Out in the open in the elements. And the gun still works electronically, albeit not on Metadyne power. For people, non-tank people, Metadyne power is fast turret mode, where it takes 24 volts and then runs a little generator that then turns it from AC to DC or whatever, and then goes hyper speed. And then you have gun stabilization, so when you're going up and down terrain, the gun should, with the gyro at the top, keep balanced. That's the idea of that. And as the vehicle turns, the gun should keep roughly on target. That is incredible that this technology is still working and just been out in the elements for all these years. And we are only running off a partially flat jump pack, so that was pretty cool. I can't believe that worked. It's a shame it wasn't working on Metadyne, but I think that's quite a big ask. But I don't think it would take a lot of doing. We were probably doing something wrong. So if you did serve on Centurion, or remember this actual Centurion, because it would have been quite late serving, it would have served around the time Chieftain did. If anyone can remember anything about it, this particular one, let us know. Try and get hold of us, message on Instagram or whatever, send us some photos, whatever you can find. So another little bit of an interesting thing about this, I said earlier in the video that the engine had been ran till destruction to obviously deactivate the vehicle to be a gate guard. And when that happened, the engine failed that badly. I'm trying to remember where it is now. It actually has, I forget where it is. This is the engine rail that holds the, okay, it's down here. So this rail here is what the mighty V12 Meteor 600 horsepower engine would have sat on. And it actually doubles up as a water rail. So the engine coolant runs along there and to the radiators at the back, sort of goes under. Bit of a crazy idea. Now, when the engine exploded, it's actually shoved the water rail over and fractured it all down here on the water drain. So I have got a spare one. I do think this one would repair, but I'm a bit worried that it's buckled it, because it must have gone with quite a bang. So if you remember seizing this Centurion, I'm not very happy with you. That was just mindless destruction. The funny thing about it as well is the petrol tanks were still full of petrol. So the tank there, when we went to cut it out, there was a small fire. And yeah, well, when I say a small fire, it was quite a large fire actually. But at that point, there was nothing in the back here to really get damaged, and everyone was fine. Quite interesting. So we have got enough parts to get this mint. I've got a brand new engine that I plan to put in this. I've got a good gearbox. We've got a nice running donkey engine. Because the turret works on this, I do want the donkey engine to actually work, because that basically is a little generator, and when you're using the turret, it saps quite a lot of power. As Seb was saying, the jump pack was starting to smell hot. Can't think why. We're trying to get to 500,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which isn't looking likely, so probably unsubscribe and we'll be close. We'll see you again in another video. There she is, all nicely tarped over till we can get round to doing anything on it. Need to build a shed around it really.